You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible. Folks, let's talk about what happened on Capitol Hill today when Republicans filibustered the creation of a January 6th commission and falling 6 votes short. You had Democrat Kristen Sinema, who didn't even show up for the vote. I guess she figured it wasn't going to get 60, so why show up, even though you're paid to show up. And it is clear, Mustafa, that Republicans don't care about this country. Democracy is in order. And I would hope Joe Manchin now realizes all that talk about bipartisanship is all BS, because if they wouldn't vote for this, even when you have the mother and the wife of a Capitol Hill police officer who died, and they still voted against it, these people are scared to death of Donald Trump. And they don't want the truth to come out about how other Republicans were complicit in what took place on January 6th.
Oh, I agree. I mean, it's completely hypocritical. That's the only way to define the actions of the Senate Republicans today. And, of course, as you said, there were a couple of Democrats, too, who get paid to show up and to vote, and they didn't do it. So they need to also be held accountable for that. But it's interesting because the Republicans keep telling folks that, you should just move on. And don't worry as much about what happened on January the 6th, but yet they refuse to move on with the fact that Joe Biden actually won the election on November the 3rd. They really don't want folks to unpack and really have a deep dive into what's going on, even though we see hundreds of people have been arrested or charged at least and arrested for their participation in this, as they begin to unpack and see if there were also some additional sets of actions and relationships by some of those folks who work up on Capitol Hill. It's going to get really interesting. And the other thing is they just don't want folks to continue to pay attention to this issue as they move toward the midterms, because then people are going to start to make better informed decisions about individuals who care about democracy and those who don't.
The thing that's crazy here, Brittany, is you see what happens. You see what happens when Republicans don't care about the truth. They will suck up to Donald Trump regardless of what. I mean, these people have no shame.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we knew that they had no shame when they ousted Liz Cheney. I was like, this is one of the most conservative people. Like, she's part of a conservative dynasty, and you're going to let her go? I mean, they really completely bowed down to Donald Trump at this point. And, I wish I could say I'm surprised, but I'm not. And it is also another reason why it's very clear that we need to abolish the racist filibuster, because we can't hold the Republicans accountable. And moreover, we can't put forward more progressive legislation, which is deeply problematic. And it's clear, Roland, that the GOP just doesn't really give a damn about this country. They claim to be the party of law and order. They are not. It's really a shame what the Republican Party has essentially gone into, which is a party of chaos, conspiracy theories, lies. And as was mentioned earlier, the hypocrisy is just so blatant, because we all know what would happen if the people rushing the Capitol looked like us. It wouldn't even be a conversation.
Oh, and that's why Michael, I don't care what people say. If you are a Republican and you support Donald Trump and you're a MAGA person, and you believe the election was stolen, I want every single one of them to lose. I don't care what anybody says. In fact, Matthew Dowd basically tweeted. He said, there's only one party in America that cares about democracy. He said no Republican who supports this should get supported from anybody. And so y'all can sit here and yell, holler, scream, you saying vote Democrat. I'm saying right now, Republicans in America do not care about right and wrong. They care about power. They care about electing evil people. I want all of them to lose.
Exactly. It's not about a political party. It's about the policies. But, I mean, you can vote independent. But we're talking about these traitors that refused to vote, that voted against having this commission after Republicans negotiated with Democrats.
Including Senator Tim Scott of South Carolina.
Yeah, including Senator Tim Scott of South Carolina, who also voted against Kristen Clark becoming heading up to the Civil Rights Division of the Department of Justice. Okay, so you know, brother, we really have to pay attention to these votes that are taking place. You had 212 Republicans in the House of Representatives that voted against the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act after crying about George Floyd and talking about how bad what happened, how bad it was, what happened to him, things like this. They voted against that. You had no Republicans in the House or the Senate that voted for the American Rescue Plan, and now they're voting against it, with the exception of 6 Republicans in the Senate, including Susan Collins. 6 Republicans in the Senate voted for the commission. But now you have Republicans in the Senate voting against this commission, that and these people tried to overthrow the government. Okay, January 6th. So this is an example of how elections have consequences and how dangerous this is. It's not about a political party. It's about policies. These traitors have to go. They violated that oath to the Constitution. These traitors have to go, and because they're going to keep doing it.
Indeed, Mustafa, they're not going to change. They're going to keep doing what they've always done. They do not care. They do not care. They're all about Donald Trump. They're all about what this man cares about. That's all they care about. And I keep telling people, you can't negotiate with terrorists. You can't negotiate with the people who have no shame. They all need to lose. And y'all can sit there all y'all want to. Y'all can sit there and talk about, oh, this, that, and the other. I'm telling you, Pat Toomey is not running for re-election. Democrats should take that seat in Pennsylvania. Burr is not running for re-election in North Carolina. Take that one. Ron Johnson in Wisconsin needs to be booted out of the United States Senate. Look, right now it's 50-50. There's no reason in the world Democrats next year do not have a 54-46 majority, as what should happen, because these people are evil. And if they are willing to still fight for Donald Trump and they want that man to run in 2024, the hell with all of them, Mustafa.
Well, you know, it's that old adage, when someone shows you who they are, believe them. They've shown folks time and time and time again. Donald Trump showed folks for 4 years, time and time and time again, that he didn't particularly care about the majority of the country. So if you know that, it's foolish. It's almost like walking down an alley, somebody punch you in the eye, and then you decide to walk down it every day for the next year and expect them not to punch you in the eye. We know what needs to be done. The Democrats need to do it because it's best for the country. And that means that you got to get rid of the filibuster, and you got to get people motivated and interested in voting in the midterms in even larger numbers, because we've seen all these actions, these Jim Crow-ish sets of actions to try to eliminate percentages of folks from being able to vote. So if you know all this stuff, then you got to go ahead and do what you need to do in the moment so that you can protect the future.
Folks, back to our Roland Unfiltered video in just one moment.
Racial injustice is a scourge on this nation, and the Black community has felt it for generations. We have an obligation to do something about it. Whether it's canceling student debt, increasing the minimum wage, or investing in Black-owned businesses, the Black community deserves so much better. I'm Nina Turner, and I'm running for Congress to do something about it.